When I was 10, all I can remember were arguments, loud voices, bruises, violence, and shattered emotions. It was in that time when I had my first perception of the word fight. It was in that time when adrenaline always sets in until I became numb. And it was in that moment when I realized that at the end of every fight, there's someone who would enjoy the victory and someone who would suffer the loss. By the way, I forgot to introduce myself.
I'm Tony Daxone, 15, aspiring boxing superstar, dignified and honored to represent the land of the beautiful and sexy Magna people, Philippines!
Since I was a child, I knew that I am different. I am different in such a way that despite the disastrous life I've been experiencing at home, I can still be as happy as a little unicorn, playing around the rainbow sky. But human as I am, I do have an ambition. And I think this is where I belong.
In situations like your case, we actually do X-ray of the hand in order to determine if there is fracture present. So here, based on your radiographic result, there is a discontinuity of the contour at the 5th MCP. This usually occurs in sports with repetitive punching like boxing, hence it is called boxer's fracture.
No! 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 This can't be happening!
And that was my first defeat. I was defeated not by an opponent, but by how emotionally reckless I was. I was rehabilitated for 2 months, but that did not stop me from doing what I want. I did not care anymore on how disappointing that was for me. I need to be tougher and braver. I should step up and keep my eyes on the goal. And be the next boxing superstar!
Are you ready for tomorrow's fight?
More than ready.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Tony, after a thorough history taking and physical examination, we also did a CT scan of your head to rule out any brain injuries, and luckily you don't have any. We only found out that you have an uncomplicated nasal fracture wherein there is a transverse fracture on your nasal bone. This is due to the forceful impact of the opponent's punch and it hit your nasal bone. You need to undergo some procedures in order for the fracture to heal.
Yes, That was another defeat. Another days, weeks, and months of being useless. I remembered when I was alone in the room. I asked God, how many times will I have to fall into the rocks before I can reach the summit of my dreams? And what more pain can you give in order for me to become the greatest? There are days when I wanted to quit and explore new things. But if I quit, I know this dream will forever haunt me. And because of those setbacks, today I am the bravest, smartest, and the toughest. Yes, I am declaring that with all my might. And beauty!
Let's get ready to rumble!
It was in that moment when I realized a deeper perspective for the word fight. Arguments are still present, but it's arguing with myself on whether to fall forward or to quit doing something. Loud voices, yes. It's the voices of the people who trust in my capabilities and in my worth. I do have bruises, and these pushed me for who I am today. And I am thankful for those shattered emotions, because I was able to face my fears and be the light of my own darkness. In life, we all have our own stories of failures, pains and regrets, but all of those are temporary. We are all a work in progress. Always strive for happiness, not only for yourself, but also for those people who showed you love.
Don't gotta sell Emocialis, flawless, broken whips as long as it is foreign. Heard you want it cause the yam's enormous. What's an ass if she isn't gorgeous? Live my life, last name a Morgan Freeman. Trying to touch a forest, do not know when knocking on the door is. Came in, did it like the Porsches coming in. Yeah, flex, I just wanna win.